Hi, this is Jeremy from Maryland Guitar Academy, and today we're going to work on the song Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog. So before we get started, a couple of things to note. First, this song is in 3/4 time. So in the most simple explanation, there are 3 beats per measure in this song, as opposed to 4 that you hear in a lot of popular music. Next, there are 7 main chords used in this song. So we'll walk through all those together. I'll strum through them here, but I will also have a close-up so you can see just where my fingers are when I'm playing them. So the first, and one thing to note, we're using 3-string chords for this song. So we'll be using the strings G, B, and high E. So all the chords will be played on just those 3 strings. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can definitely play the full chords, but for the purposes of today's video, we'll just be talking about 3-string chords. So the first chord in the song is G, and it's played like this. So that's open G, open B, and then 3rd fret on the high E string. The next chord is E minor, and this is the easiest chord in the song because it's all open strings. So it'll be open G, open B, and open E. The next chord is a C chord. So you'll put your first finger here on the 1st fret of the B string, and then G and E are open. Then the next chord is going to be the D chord. So to play this one, you'll put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And now you'll want to get your fingers as close to the metal fret bars as possible to make sure all these notes ring out. And now this one's a little bit tricky because your fingers are all kind of jammed into one little spot. So this one might take a little bit of time to get the hang of, but once you get it down, you'll find that it's used in a lot of different songs. So that's the D chord. The next chord is B minor. So you'll start by putting your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And this one just makes like a diagonal shape across those 3 strings. The next chord is A minor, and so this one is kind of similar to the C chord that we were doing before, with our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string, and then the only difference is this one adds in your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. And I'll play this one back to back with the C chord so you can hear the little bit of difference between them. So here's A minor, and here's C. Again, A minor, and C. And then the last chord is the E chord. And so in this 3-string chord shape, you'll put your first finger on the first fret of the G string, and then the B and the high E are open. So to review, the 7 chords are G, E minor, C, D, B minor, A minor, and E. So our strumming pattern for this song, we're going to use straight quarter notes. So it'll be in a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 pattern. So just using the G chord as an example, here's how we would play the strumming pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the chords in context now are going to go like this. So we have G, then E minor, then C, then D, then G, then E minor, then C, D. And so that chord progression will be repeated throughout the verse. And then it changes as we get a little bit farther along into the song, but we'll show you that in just a moment. So that part, and this is where it starts. So we've been told. It'll be C, stay on the C, then B minor, then A minor, then D, then B minor, then E, then A minor, then D, then G. All right, so here's the whole song, and I'll sing along too. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. But someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. So that's it. Let me know how you do in the comments. See you next time.